आज तो पॉसिबल नहीं है माता जी। कोई और कर सकते हैं?
वरना मैं करूंगी, अगर दूसरे को करना है तो प्लीज करिए, प्लीज माता जी।
नहीं तो माता जी आप करो ना।
हाँ, मुझे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं माता जी। आई विल
अभी
डू।
टाइम। हाँ
यस।
हाँ माता जी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वन। शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल, भक्त सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेम लतिकार मूल, माधवती थी भक्ति जननी जतने पालन करी, कृष्ण वसती वसती बलि परम आदर भरी, गौरा मारा ये सब स्थाने करल भ्रमण रांगे, ते सब स्थान हेरिबो आमी प्रणयी भक्त संगे, मृदंग वाद्य सुनीते मन अवसर सदयाचे, गौर विहित कीर्तन सुनी आनंदे हृदय नाचे, युगल मूर्ति देखिया मोर परमानंद होया, प्रसाद सेवा करिते होया सकल प्रपंच जय, जे दिन गृहे भजन देखी गृहे ते गोलोक भाय, चरण सिंधु देखिया गंगा सुख नासिमा पाय, तुलसी देखी चुड़ाय प्राण माधव तोषणी जानी, गौर प्रिय साख सेवने जीवन सार्थक मानी, भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूल पाय जाहा, प्रति दिवसे परम सुखे स्वीकार करिए ताहा, शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल, भक्त सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेम लतिकार मूल, प्रेम लतिकार मूल। हरे कृष्णा। दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो। एकादशी की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा।
वैष्णव गौर प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा। ऑडियो।
यस।
हरे कृष्णा। वांछा कल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। सभी वैष्णव वृंद को धन्यवाद प्रणाम। We are into the Chaitanya Bhagavata Adikhand Chapter 7, verse number 38-39. So yesterday we saw that Vishwarupa, the elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is very disturbed by seeing all those parpanchatmaka buddhi wale log, and he is now visiting Advaitacharya, and there he was doing kirtana, and he didn't return to home. Mata's Vishavambara, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to look out for him. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached there, what is happening there, that we will see today. So when Vishwambara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached there, when he saw, I'm starting from verse number 37. अपना प्रस्ताव सुनी श्री गौर सुंदर Kavare Karyena Shubha Drishti Manohar. Hearing his glorification, Sri Gaura Sundara laughed mercifully on them. The phrase Apna Prastap means concerning his own glorification. So that's why it said that Krishna gets pleased. Krishna is very, very much pleased when we chant the name of Krishna, because Krishna and his name are not different. Pratiyange Nirupama Lavanyer Sima Koti Chandra Nahayek Nathir Upama. Each of the Lord's limbs surpass their topmost limit of beauty. Even millions of moons could not be compared with one of his toenails. So here the comparison is given. Here is the Lord's beauty. He was, even the toenails are more beautiful than the millions of moons. So what to say about other limbs? Digambar Sarv Anga Dhileya Dusara Hasiya Agraja Prati Karene Uttara. Standing naked with his body covered with dust, Vishwambara smiled and spoke to his elder brother. So here we know that this is the childhood pastime of Lord Chaitanya. So like small children used to roam around like that only without any clothes, and they generally play in dust. So the full body is covered with the dust. Similarly, here Digambara means he was standing naked with his body covered with dust. Vishwambara smiled and spoke to his elder brother. What he said, that he said, भोजने ऐसा भाई डाकया जननी अग्रज वसना धरी चलाया अपनी. My dear brother, please come to eat. Mother is calling you. Vishwambara then caught hold of his brother's dhoti and followed him home. So देखी असे मोहन रूप सर्व भक्तजन स्थगित है सब सारे निरीक्षण. On seeing the Lord's enchanting form, all the devotees were stunned and they continually stared at him. So what they were doing earlier, they were doing the kirtan. But when Lord appeared, Lord came to call Vishwarupa. Actually, they have stopped everything. Is stopped, and they were just staring the beauty of Lord Chaitanya. समाधीर प्राय हाय अच्छे भक्तगणे कृष्णेर कथन करू नायते पदने. The devotees practically entered samadhi. So this is actually samadhi. When we see only Krishna, nothing else. So they were even unable to speak about Krishna. So they were stunned up to the highest limit, where that no word was coming out of their mouth. So that is the beauty of Lord. Here, both the things are there. One is beauty is actually beauty is explained. The Lord's beauty is explained. That is very, very beautiful. No material thing can give the exact explanation of Lord's beauty. And another is that when the devotee actually sees
Next.
then he actually they got stunned. They are awestruck with the Lord's beauty. So that is the one type of samadhi. So Prabhu देखी भक्त महा भक्त मोह स्वभावे हया बिना अनुभवयो दतरे चित्त लया. So devotees are by nature overwhelmed on seeing their Lord. So it's not only the beauty, actually by seeing their lover, you can say that devotees are who are devotees. Devotees are those who are the lover of Krishna, who actually gets the love of love of Krishna. So they are actually just by seeing Lord, what to say about the beauty, just by seeing the Lord, they actually feel very, very satisfied and they get overwhelmed. Indeed, even before the devotees realized his identity, the Lord stole away their heart. So this is a little bit Guhya Tattva. that before the devotee could realize that he is the supreme Lord, before that only Lord has stolen away their hearts. So this is the quality of Lord. He is Chitta Chor. He is actually is the Choragan Agaraganya. He is the thief of the thief. So he stole the hearts of the gopis, he stole the hearts of the devotees, he stole butter, he did so many mischiefs. When he was here in the form of Krishna, when he appeared like Krishna as it is, that time also he has shown so many pastimes, such type of pastimes. So on this verse, there is a good explanation given by Sri Bhakti Thakur in his commentary. Although pure living entities and conditioned living entities are by nature both devotees of the Lord. That's what sometimes we say, na, don't preach to a non-devotee. Actually, everyone is devotee of Lord. The consciousness of the farmer, that is the pure living entity, has been awakened. So they can feel the love of their eternal worshipable Satchitananda Lord Vishnu. While the later are under the control of Maya and cannot do so. So conditioned soul, what is the difference between a conditioned soul and a pure living entity? Conditioned living entity and pure living entity. This is the difference. Actually, both by nature, everyone is the servant of Krishna, devotee of Krishna. But what is the difference? Difference is in the consciousness. A pure living entity is a Krishna consciousness, and he can feel that love of the Satchidanand Lord. Whereas the other conditioned living entity, because of his consciousness, is in the material, in the matter. That's why he is not able to relish that love, because he is under the control of the Maya. Even Maya is also the Shakti of Krishna, but that conditioned soul actually gets revealed up, and he cannot relish his eternal relationship and eternal rasa with the Lord. So when the conditioned state is overcome, or when all anarthas are destroyed, a living entity under the shelter of service to Lord Vishnu can remain pure even while residing in this material world. So it's very, very important statement given by Vaishnav Gaur that even like we are the conditioned soul, we are the conditioned living entity. So when a living entity under the shelter of service to Lord Vishnu, what does that mean? Shelter of service to Lord Vishnu. Shelter of service is the devotional service. When a conditioned soul enters into engaged into the devotional service to Lord under the actually guidance of a spiritual master, then slowly all that anarthas are destroyed. We say now that Shikshastam Cheto Darpan Marjana. So every day we need to actually do the margin, do the cleansing of that mirror, our Chitta Rupi mirror, so that we can see our real identity. So what happens when that dust got removed, that anarthas get destroyed, then even while we are residing in this material world, we can relish that. We can be a pure, we can do the pure devotional service to the Lord, and we can relish that bhava, that rasa. So at that time, he is called Mahabhavata. So this is the actually definition of the Mahabhavata. A person who is under the shelter of service to Lord is remain pure, even though he is also here in this material world. That person is Mahabhavata. The Madhyam Bhagavata is the pure servant of the Mahabhavata. Now here a little bit that Kanishta, Uttam Adhikari and Madhyam Adhikari that we have heard many times from many teachers, Mataji, Conversion Prabhuji. So again, those definitions are given here. What is the actually definition of a Madhyam Bhagavata? He is a pure servant of the Mahabharata. The word pure is very important in all the statements. So unless the Kanishta Bhagavata reaches the stage of Madhyam Bhagavata, he remains the servant of a Madhyam Bhagavata, even though he is serving a Mahabharata. So here the Kanishta, the neophyte, that Kanishta Bhagavata or the neophyte devotee or the junior most devotee, when he is serving Madhyam Bhagavata, and he will be remain the servant of the Madhyam Bhagavata, even though he might be serving a Mahabhagavata. How it is explained here that since the Krishna Bhagavata desires his own spiritual progress and is traveling on the eternal perfect path to Vaikuntha, he is superior to the conditioned souls who are desirous of material enjoyment and celebration. So here we can say that gradation is given. The Kanishta Bhagavata is better than a conditioned soul who is totally into the material enjoyment, or even the who is seeking the liberation. He is better than that. So here both the things are written, that he is superior to the conditioned soul who are desirous of material enjoyment and liberation. Mukti, bhukti. So a devotee even doesn't seek the mukti. So he is actually beyond that also. So that's what is told. So but Kanishta Bhakta, even if he is serving the Mahabhagavata, he remains in the stage of that Madhyam Bhagavata. That Mahabhagavata actually he might be acting with that Kanishta Bhagavata as a Madhyam Bhagavata, because he is he is just progressing on the path of the spiritual realization. So that's what is told here. But and now Krishna, what is happening with the Krishna? He has faith only in Vishnu as the transcendental absolute truth. And this realization qualifies him as the Kanishta Adhikari. When one attains the level of Kanishta Adhikar, he can understand that his spiritual master is situated as a Madhyam Adhikari. But when he attains the level of Madhyam Adhikari, then only he can accept his spiritual master as a Mahabhakta. That is what is the meaning of the earlier statement. That he remains, from his perspective, he remains servant. He remains the servant of the Madhyama Bhagavata. Though he might be serving Mahabhagavata, like the devotees who are serving Maharaj, they are serving the Mahabhagavata. But from their perspective, Maharaj is acting at the level of Madhyam Bhagavata for them. So that is what is explained. The Mahabhagavata actually, but when he attains the level of Madhyam Adhikari, then he can accept his spiritual master as Mahabhagavata and qualify himself to become a pure devotee. So the Mahabhagavata have no engagement other than service of Lord Hari and his devotee. So that we know, Mahabhagavata actually everyone sees as a devotee except himself. Whereas Madhyam Adhikari or Madhyam Bhagavata may think that I have to actually Madhyam Adhikari is not that much realized, but sometimes Uttam Adhikari or the Mahabhagavata act as that platform so that the neophytes or the Kanishta Adhikaris can get elevated by their conduct. So, being attached to objects not related to Krishna, ordinary conditioned souls engage in the service of the external world due to their impure intelligence. When such persons advance to the level of Kanishta Adhikari, they dovetail the fruits of their activities with the Lord and thus cultivate mixed devotion. So that is Mishra Bhakti. When the conditioned soul who is engaged in the service of external world, when such person actually advances little bit to the level of Kanishta Adhikari, then they start dovetailing the fruits of their activity. This is this is the Karam Yoga. This is the philosophy of Karam Yoga, that they desire the result of their activity, but out of that they share that result with the Lord, and thus they come into mixed devotional service. Then in the eternal nature of the living entity, there is an eternal propensity called Hari Bhakti. So that we know, every soul has that eternal propensity of Hari Bhakti or the service. So as a foolish conditioned soul is attracted to material objects, a pure living entity situated in devotional service, his constitutional propensity is similarly attracted to the Lord. So this is the actually difference. Conditioned soul is attracted to material objects, whereas the devotee or his constitutional propensity is actually fixed up in his constitutional propensity, that is serving the Lord. In the opinion of some unfortunate person, even devotional service, the eternal propensity of the living entity is a mundane, perverted, abominable, illusory propensity. So there are some pseudo philosophers or intellects. They say that even that bhakti, devotional service, actually is also a mundane and perverted and abominable, illusory propensity. But this is not like that. Thakur is strongly condemning this. Those who argue, or the foolish persons who are expert in material consideration, cannot realize the pure form of devotion service, which is eternally full of knowledge and bliss, and which is the goal of the liberated, self-satisfied, Childlike personality. So see what is happening. Actually, because they are not able to realize, because of their material consideration, they are not able to realize the purest form of devotional service. That's why they are considering, or they are declaring that even devotional service is also a mundane or perverted, abominable, illusory propensity. But it is not like that. That's what Srila Bhaktivinoda is saying. That he is saying that this can only be experienced by the plan like Paramahamsas actually. Rather, they accept devotional service, which is the eternally perfect transcendental propensity of the living entity, as a mental concoction. So what is happening? What is happening is that such type of materialist people, they actually consider this devotional service as a mental concoction, but it is not so. Due to this misconception, ordinary people consider the eternal attraction of Shukdev Goswami, the crest jewel of learned scholars, for Krishna as material illusion or moha. So see, even that time also, when Shukdev Goswami was there, he was also considered as he is an illusion because of his propensity to serve Lord. So, but keeping in mind the transcendental happiness derived from serving the Lord, the author at this juncture uses the word moha, illusion, for the understanding of ordinary people. It is natural for the eternal servants of Krishna to serve Krishna with love and ecstasy. So that's what is explained, that even just moha here, moha is used as the transcendental happiness, which is derived from by serving the Lord. So it's not the illusion actually. Just this word is used just to make the ordinary people understand. So it is natural for the eternal servants of the Krishna to serve Krishna with love and ecstasy. In other words, the living entity in his constitutional position eternally worships Krishna as his natural propensity. The conditioned soul, with the mood for enjoyment, cannot realize Krishna's love in this material world. But Krishna, who attracts the self-satisfied soul, unknowingly attracts the hearts of his servants, so who have renounced material enjoyment, whose consciousness is awakened, and who are knowers of the absolute truth. So, whose are actually Krishna sees? Those who are actually there, who have awakened their consciousness, and who have understood that we are the eternal servant of Lord, and who knows the absolute truth, and who are away from the material enjoyments, who have renounced the material enjoyments. This is what is meant by Krishna attracting his servants who are under the shelter of Shantarasa. So here the whole explanation is given for all the devotees who are in the Shantarasa. Who are they? That is explained in the next paragraph. The servants who are under the shelter of Shantarasa, like the cows, sticks, horn, and flute of Braja, although not situated in Dasyarasa, unknowingly serve Krishna, while externally appearing less intelligent. So what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, that even though the devotees who are fixed up in the Shantarasa, they are also better than the conditioned souls who are actually engaged in the material enjoyment. So it's a very deep philosophy. I may not be able to explain much. So anyway, I tried my best. So let's go to the next verse. प्रभु से अपना भरतेर चित्त हरे, एक कथा बूझिते अन्य जाने नहीं पारे. Realistic person are unable to understand how the Lord sees the hearts of his creation. तेरहस्य विदित तैलेन भागवते परीक्षत सुनिरेन सुखदेव हाइते प्रसंगे सुनः भागवतेर आख्यान सुख परीक्षतेर संवाद अनुपम. Yet this mystery was disclosed by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Please hear now the matchless discussion between Sukadeva and Parikshit from Srimad Bhagavatam in this connection. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.49, it is stated, King Parikshit said, O Brahmana, how could the cowherd woman have developed love for Krishna, someone else's son? Such unprecedented pure love they never felt even for their own children. So what is the here actually? This is regarding Brahma Vimoha Leela. जब ब्रह्मा जी got bewildered, that time actually King Parikshita asked this question to Sukadeva, and he was explaining this Brahma Vimoha Leela. That King Parikshita is asking this question to Sukadeva Goswami, that how these gopis actually they developed such an unprecedented pure love for Krishna, which even they have never felt for their own children. Krishna, someone else's son. Because here in this Leela, Krishna in this Leela was son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. Although he is actually son of everyone. Similarly, everyone in the sense in Braja, the elderly gopis are actually in the Vatsalya Rasa, exchanging the Vatsalya Rasa with Krishna. So please explain this. Shri Sukadeva Goswami replied in verse number 50 to 57 of this Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14. So as follows, what Sukadeva Goswami is now answering? Shri Sukadeva Goswami said, O king, for every created being, the dearmost thing is certainly his own self. So own self. See, now the dearness of everything else, children, wealth, and so on, is due only to the dearness of the self. For this reason, O best of kings, the embodied soul is self-centered. He is more attached to his own body and self than to his so-called possessions like children, wealth, and home. Indeed, for persons who think the body is self, O best of kings, those things whose importance lies only in their relationship to the body are never as dear as the body itself. So again, this is again a very deep philosophy, that the person who actually are relishing, thinking themselves as a body and relishing those relationships because of this body, they may seem to be very, very loving their relationships, but actually they are very, very, their body is very, very dear to them, and their own self is, they are very, very self-centered. So if a person comes to the stage of considering the body mind instead of me, he will certainly not consider the body as dear as his own self. Now this is the difference. If I consider that I am not the body, this body is mine, then I will not love my body that much. Rather, I will love my own self. And what is that own self? That is explained in the next line. After all, even as the body is growing old and useless, one's desire to continue living remains strong. So that is the actually desire of the soul, that he because it's eternal, soul is eternal. So that soul wants to be continue living. That desire is very, very strong because of the consciousness of the soul. So therefore, it is his own self that is most dear to every embodied living being. And it is simply for the satisfaction of this self that the whole material creation of moving and non-moving entities exists. So you should know Krishna to be the original soul of all living entities. So that's what it said. That Krishna is the soul of the soul. For the benefit of the whole universe, he has, out of his causeless mercy, appeared as an ordinary human being. He has done this by the strength of his internal potency, Yogamaya. We say that. So those in this world who understand Lord Krishna as he is, see all things. So who understands that Lord Krishna as he is? And what does that mean? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Janam Karam Chime Divyam Ye Yo Ye Veti Tattva. So whosoever knows that my birth and my activities are divine, actually he only knows me. And whosoever knows that, he never comes back in this material world. So that's what here is also told by Shukdev Goswami, that those in this world who understand Lord Krishna as he is, see all things, whether stationary or moving, as manifest forms of the Supreme Personality of God. So he sees all the things, whether it is Jad Vastu or Chal or Achal, everything as the manifestation of the different forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That also there is one verse that yogi, pure devotee, actually sees Vishnu Murti in everyone's heart. Whether it is a dog, whether it is a human being, or it is a tree, or whosoever it is, he sees the Vishnu Murti in all the in everyone's heart. So there is actually in Bhagavad Gita, there is one of the picture also, that photo is also there, where a yogi sees in everyone's heart, whether it is a hathi, elephant, or a dog, or whosoever it is, there is a Vishnu in that body. So such enlightened persons recognize no reality apart from the Supreme Lord Krishna. So they actually, such an enlightened person, actually they don't know anything else than Krishna. And the original unmanifested form of material nature is the source of all material things. And the source of even that subtle material nature is the Supreme Personality of God as Krishna. What then could one ascertain to be separate from him? So what is there? Then this is a type of question. Okay, why should this Swami? Kya hai aisa? What is that? Who makes the living entity, actually a soul, to separate from the Krishna? So one should refer to these verses and their translation by author, that is Vrindavan Thakur, in the following verses. So that we will do tomorrow. So next, those verses are there, that how Vrindavan Thakur will explain in the following verses about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that how he appeared in Gokul as Krishna and then played in the houses with the other children and all that. That we will do tomorrow. Any question? Because it's a deep philosophical verses, 2-3 verses are very, very deep philosophy. So any comment or any question? I will try to explain to the best of my possible knowledge. Hare Krishna. So we actually, whosoever wants to understand it more elaborately, can read these verses again and again. Then only something will go in our dull minds, dull brain. Very well. Okay. No comments, no question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Happy Ekadashi to all. Let's chant 25.